If you're wondering what kind of plants you should put in your Abronia enclosure, I would recommend Spanish moss as a big one. It's pretty easy to get and pretty cheap, and you can pretty much put it anywhere in the enclosure and it's gonna grow pretty well. It allows them to climb on it, move in it, shed through it. It's a really good plant. It looks really good in these. It's usually like a bright bluish green. You can kind of hang it out and just kind of lay it on the enclosure. You don't have to do any sort of crazy modifications to get it like settled or like pinned in compared to some other plants. I would also recommend Tillandsias or air plants. Any variety of air plants works in here. I have a variety of different kinds in here. I couldn't even name them all off the top of my head. I went ahead and just bought a wholesale, like $100 worth of air plants to fill these enclosures with, which gave me a huge variety to work with these guys. Another thing I would recommend is bromeliads. Bromeliads hold water in them, and what Abronia will do is they will go into them and actually drink out of them. One caveat with having bromeliads though is they can defecate in those bromeliads, so you want to make sure you're washing those out at least once or twice a week to make sure that there isn't any stagnant water or anything gross in there that they're drinking. And the same goes for the air plants, as those do hold water too in many instances. I would also highly recommend any sort of orchids and ferns. Those are pretty common in their CloudForest environments. I don't have a ton of them in here, but I do plan on, when I upgrade these enclosures, to add more of those. They also are just stunning. There's a bunch of different micro orchids and ferns out there that you can add. They're really beautiful and really good to add. And I think it's a huge benefit for these guys to have some of those natural plants that are common in their natural